welcome to the first ever episode of Rhys Talks, a series where I rant about whatever. I'm Rhys and this is a show. Now let's talk about what you've clicked on or tapped on this video for, the EU referendum. Now, if you aren't a resident of the UK who is also British, Irish, Maltese, a Cypriot or a Commonwealth-born citizen, or a citizen of Gibraltar, over the age of 18, you won't be able to vote in the referendum. Side note, British and Northern Irish expats who have been overseas for less than 15 years, you can vote too. Everyone else, this video might not seem relevant to you, but it might be interesting. So if you're one of the lucky few millions who can vote tomorrow, should you vote for the UK to remain in or leave the European Union? Should you even bother voting at all? Let's compare the arguments from both sides of the campaign. The Leave campaign claim that leaving the EU will allow the UK to better control its borders, and have quoted a former head of Interpol, Ronald K. Noble, as saying Europe's open border arrangement is effectively an international passport-free zone for terrorists. The Remain campaign claims that without the help of the EU countries, we will not be as effective at combating terrorism. The Remain campaign claims that the UK's economy will suffer if we leave, as UK businesses will be hit with additional costs on trade, no longer being part of the EU's free trade zone. The Leave campaign is more optimistic as they believe that freeing the UK businesses from EU regulations will save money and that the UK will be able to focus trade with China and India. The Leave campaign also believes that the UK will once again be a global power, whereas the Remain campaign believes that the UK will lose a lot of prestige and be locked out of future deals with the EU. The Remain campaign wants the UK to stay in the EU, claiming that if we leave, we will no longer be able to negotiate deals and have a say in our future. However, the Leave campaign believes that UK citizens will have a greater control over policymakers, as unelected EU bureaucrats currently make laws and regulations that the UK has to abide by. It is difficult to pick a side in this debate. The EU offers the UK lots of economic security. However, that comes at a cost in terms of both money and the ability to self-govern. It might seem that the issue is one of, ew, dirty foreigners and scary terrorists are crossing into Britain and we must stop them, versus abandoning ideas of sovereignty to be part of the United States of Europe. But it's not that simple. The UK might gain from leaving the EU, or it might lose out. One thing it definitely won't lead to if we leave is a war with Germany. I don't think this video will change the minds of anyone who knows what they want to vote for. Hopefully, though, it will encourage undecided voters to look into this decision. I can't vote for you, and I'm not here to tell you what to vote for. But this referendum reminds us that we are writing history every day, and that our individual decisions change our world. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event. The last time that regular citizens had a say in being in the EU was in 1975, when it was called the European Economic Community. Only 64% of voters who could vote actually did, and 67% of those voted that we should join. That means that only 42% of voters actually wanted to join. 22% of voters didn't want to join, and 36% of voters couldn't be asked voting. That 36% could have swung the decision. So if you can vote, for the love of fucking humanity, vote. People have laid down their lives and fought both in war and politics for your right to say how your government does things. And even if the outcome isn't what you personally want it to be, it matters that your voice is heard. A silent majority can't affect a damn thing. I know this doesn't apply to my generation, or indeed my parents' generation, as you would have had to have been born in 1957 to have had a chance to vote. So this is our chance, young and middle-aged people of the UK, to have our say. It matters, so vote. Do more research if you have to or want to, but above all else, vote. 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 Vote.